It's been almost a month since Google released the Pixel 3a and 3a XL, the low-cost alternative to the older, more feature-rich sibling, the Pixel 3, which was released in October 2018. And you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, the Pixel 3a, is this the best phone for me? It has a ridiculously low starting price before any carrier incentives. The device is available on more carriers here in the US and abroad, in addition to having the best camera on any mobile phone on the market today. Well, you are in the right place because in today's video, I'm going to tell you why the Pixel 3a misses the mark and why it's not the best phone for everyone. I am Mike, this is Tech 24/7 TV. Hit like, hit subscribe. Now let's get started. What is going on, everyone? It is Mike, and today we're talking about the Pixel 3a. When comparing the Pixel 3a against the competition, there are a few areas that the device does remarkably well, making it most people's go-to choice. Now, if you're cost conscious, looking to get the biggest bang for your buck, and honestly, who's not, the device hits the proverbial sweet spot, offering two reasonably low-cost options. Right, first, it's $399 for the 5.6-inch Pixel 3a, or $489 for the 6-inch Pixel 3a XL. In either choice, this is at least a full $200 cheaper than the Pixel 3, again, which was just released in October of 2018. So low-cost device with a big screen? Check. Second, the Pixel 3a bucks the current trend in which mid-tier Android phones are offering subpar cameras and having less than stellar performance. This is because the Pixel 3a uses the same rear 12.2 megapixel camera as its more expensive sibling. This enables the Pixel 3a to produce some of the best, again, if not the best photos, hands down, especially when you factor the relatively low cost. Best camera in a smartphone? Check. Finally, the Pixel has one of the best out-of-the-box experiences, and this is due to the fact that Pixel devices run stock Android. Now, you could argue that OnePlus comes in a close second, depending on what aspect of experience you want to measure, but that is for another video. The Pixel UI is very minimal, sleekly designed, and thankfully there are no carrier customizations which end up bloating the look and feel of the UI. And by extension, this means that Google treats the Pixel as almost if it was analogous to the way that Apple treats the iPhone. This results in the Pixel devices being the first to receive security updates and software updates the moment that they're available, and this includes Android Q when it gets released later this summer. Now, by now you might be thinking to yourself, well, the Pixel 3a is relatively low cost, it has one of the best, if not the best, smartphone camera, and the Pixel gets day-and-date software upgrades from Google. This sounds like a win-win to me. But after using the phone for the last 30 days, there are three areas that the device compromises on which prevent me from recommending the device for most people. First reason is going to be antiquated internals. Comparatively speaking, the Pixel 3a has a trifecta of antiquated internal components, including Qualcomm Snapdragon 670, a paltry 4 GB of RAM when other mid-tier phones are offering 6 gigs, in addition to utilizing slower internal storage, which is capped at 64 gigs. Now, when you combine these three things, it creates a perfect storm and the likely possibility that performance bottlenecks will arise when apps need to start up, read and write data, and even run processor-intensive apps. Now, it is not like the Pixel 3 is completely immune to the OS slowdown and I don't need to perform a factory reset of my device every couple months, because I totally do. Given my experience and how other manufacturers are outfitting their device, I just don't have the high degree of confidence that the Pixel 3a will be any different with the same type of usage. But hey, at least there is a headphone jack. Reason number 2, table stakes. Along those same lines, the Pixel 3a lacks what I would define as table stakes features for most modern smartphones that prevent me from recommending this device. There is the dimly lit 1080p OLED display, there's the lack of wireless charging. If I'm going to replace my mother's aging iPhone 6 with a Pixel 3a, she might not need to utilize wireless charging today, but wireless charging is a really nice to have feature in the next 12 months as we continue to see the cost of wireless charging race to the bottom while simultaneously becoming more ubiquitous. Now, there's a lack of Gorilla Glass. Now, at the entry point of $399, I feel that the price would be a good buy for parents who want to get their preteen or even teenage kids their first phone, but I don't entirely feel comfortable recommending the Pixel 3a knowing that the front panel isn't Gorilla Glass and the fact that my Pixel 3a scratched on the first day of use. Then there's the lack of water resistance. Plainly, it just doesn't have it. Unless you're going to put your phone in one of those ultra protective waterproof cases, life isn't always ideal and people mistakenly get their phone wet from time to time. Reason number 3, lack of versatility. Now, you're probably scratching your head thinking to yourself, Mike, you said the Pixel 3a takes some of the best photos on any smartphone, and you'd be completely correct, but there are a few significant detractors that impact the overall quality of experience. Outside of the result of the image capture, the Pixel camera UI could stand for some additional polish if you are someone who plans to use the camera extensively. I mean, it's great that every time I open the Pixel 3a camera, it is ready to take a photo of what's in front of me, but it would be wonderful if the Pixel could remember the last camera mode I was using. If you're someone who not only takes a lot of photos, but takes their fair share of videos, you might want to reconsider the Pixel 3a because the videos captured with it do not get the same pixel magic treatment as the photos do, and the results are just largely mediocre. Meaning, if you are a parent with a young child and you want to capture photos and videos, this probably isn't the phone for you. And let's not forget that much like its older brother, the Pixel 3 and 3a are limited to capturing 4K video at 30 frames per second, and the fact that the less expensive 3a has one less microphone, which will result in poorer audio quality when you're taking videos. Then there's the lack of dedicated image signal processor, which Google coins as the Pixel Visual Core. This means that the machine learning required to post-process your photo is shifted away from the ISP to the main processor. And as we talked about before, this is not a very powerful processor. In reality, the material impact is a very small increase in the number of seconds to render your photo using the camera UI. But here, the real downside is that current third-party apps that would benefit from having access to the Pixel Visual Core, like Instagram and Snapchat, the apps that everyone likes to use, lose their ability to capture HDR plus images within their respective apps. All in all, if taking the best pictures at the lowest possible cost is of utmost importance to you, the Pixel 3a again is going to be a solid buy. But if you're someone who has a little bit more dynamic workflow, you hold on to your device well past the 3 years that Google will offer software updates for it, you should be prepared to upgrade sooner rather than later because the long-term usability is largely a big question mark at this point. Why it's a pass? It's going to be that lack of versatility outside of taking photos, it's going to be the antiquated internals, and it's going to be missing those modern table stake features like I talked about, wireless charging, water resistance. Alternatively, if you want to use your phone for anything more than taking photos and you value better build quality at the expense of measured software updates, I would look into the Galaxy S10e, which has wireless charging, it's got a bright, vivid display, and there are 2 rear cameras on the back. It excels at capturing video. And the S10e should be just at the point where you should start seeing significant discounts on the phone. Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching my video on the Pixel 3a shortcomings, and let me know in the comments below if you would recommend the Pixel 3a to a friend or family member. Hit like, hit subscribe, consider sharing this video with your friends because it absolutely helps the channel, and I will talk to you in the next one.